Welcome back to a brand new, exciting episode of Video Ditch. It is me, Sam, as always, joined by my co-host Nick. And
Here I am.
today we are joined by a very special guest, the incorrigible
JobJob.
Oh shit!
God,
Fuck!
are you kidding me? Listen, I'll cut that out in post. All right.
We had one rule.
I can see my future spiraling down the drain because of you.
Oh,
Gosh.
excuse me.
No, it's
me.
always great when
Oh, yeah.
people dig this up in 10 years and take something out of context and just ruin everybody.
Oh, yeah. So you were on Video Ditch, the world's most canceled podcast 10 years ago.
Did you know that they were so problematic when you agreed to endorse them? Did you know? No, I met Nick once for like 10 minutes and he was dressed as somebody else. Like I feel like I was lied to, and that's how I ended up on this podcast.
I thought he was
today.
the real Wario. It's not my fault.
I thought he was the Travis Touchdown.
He came in costume. He was there.
He did. It was incredible costume. Who was that? Who was that? It was you and then like three of your friends, and I feel bad because like we kept kind of like roping you into hanging out with us at the booth.
I was
Roping
giving
him
them
in.
away.
Roping him in.
I was saying, listen, I'm hanging out with my new friends, Anton and Blast. Okay, you guys stay over there in the C-lister corner. You know, they don't listen to this. So it's okay for me to say that.
So what you're saying is that if given like a single ounce of clout, you would just, if you had that ladder and you climbed up it, you would instantaneously kick it out from behind you.
I would be kicking them in the face. I would be dropping stones and rocks and nails onto their face. I mean, I feel like that's what we're talking about before the show also.
I'll tell you something that I really do firmly believe is true, and that is that when you give somebody power and money and fame, it really does just bring out who they really are. That's something that I've encountered in my own life, and I firmly believe that.
Oh, curious.
It's great to meet you on you guys' meteoric rise. I'll be sure to look up at you from my tiny groveling hut somewhere one day from now when you're famous.
Thank you.
But thank you. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on. It's not every day that I get to talk to strangers on the internet.
Truly, not every day you want to, really.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
You end up just doing a lot of that. Well, at least I do with all the memes. I do a lot of bait posting. Really big fan of posting just, purposefully incendiary content on the internet. It's really fun.
Interaction farming.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a great place to start. Do you want to tell our listeners or viewers what it is you do? Because I just kind of botched that introduction right there.
Yeah,
it's completely fine.
What is
fine.
JobJob?
Yeah, what is JobJob?
Any relation perhaps to Jackbox?
No, we actually had the name before Jackbox, believe it or not, and we actually pitched Jackbox on doing a cookbook before they ended up making the JobJob thing, which in my opinion was like, I feel like maybe they were like, no. And then later on, the name came to them in a dream because we're tiny and nobody knows who we are. So it's like, oh, that's a cool name. What if we name our thing that? And I'm just like, but it's me. It's my whole idea. The thing that I pitched them, I thought it was cool. It was basically, it was going to be like a Jackbox style game where you got together with your friends and you basically came up with bad recipes. And then you actually made them and you actually taste tested them. That was like the twist where it went from just like a video game into real life. And then it's like, obviously it's complicated, but I think it's cool. Anyways, roundabout story. No, we're not related to Jackbox at all. So JobJob, we're small. Technically, we're a publishing company, but not video games or anything like that. We do books. We're a book publishing company, which is funny. And so a lot of that has to do with going and getting ISBN numbers from Bowkers and assigning them to books and handling a lot of it. That we also do is we do handling of the printing and preparing to go to print. Everything has to do with the press, finding out like what kind of paperweights we want to do, what kind of, cover, matte laminate, dust covers, UV spot, foil, bookmarks, like the little ones that you can tuck in, just like anything involving books. I like books. I'm also not like a super mega book nerd, but like I've been doing it for like, I don't know, I probably want to say like 5 years now that I'm just like, I don't know, it's like a weird hobby. It's a fun thing. It's not my day job. It is just like, it's a side hobby that I do with my friends.
Okay.
Fun thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The taste, the smell, the texture, everything about it is appealing.
Just like books,
Yeah.
just everybody says bite into a good book. So love all that fiber. It's good for your body. But I guess I want to say a little bit of our, sorry about that notification. What we kind of specialize in, what we sort of like ended up doing a lot of is making video game cookbooks, which is really
Mhm.
silly.
I think it's
Um,
awesome, frankly,
I
as
can
someone
vouch
who
for
enjoys
one of them.
cooking.
I think it's just gosh darn silly. It's fun though.
It's such
But
a great marriage of worlds, I think.
I
And
do.
I think it
I
encourages good behavior for the average gamer. It's like, hey, why don't you try and cook yourself a fucking meal? You know?
No, well, I'll be honest with you. Like the number one thing that like I like to see out of people who check out our products is if they can get like a recipe that becomes a staple in their diet. And hopefully it's not
Yeah.
like cake, right? If they're making cake every day,
I made
I've
that
made a
crab
huge
cake
mistake.
That
every
crab
day for the
cake.
rest of my
I've made a
life.
horrible mistake. But like, if it's just like, meaty rice balls or something like that, or like, a pasta dish with maybe some vegetables in it or something like that. And if it can enter into people's rotations of what they eat every single day, like I feel good. I feel really good. But
Yeah.
also, the weird thing about that is that I've seen so many video game cookbooks. I'll be honest, I was not original when I did it. I remember kind of like the sort of benchmark for video game cookbooks when I first did my first one was the World of Warcraft cookbook
Mm,
by I believe Chelsea. And that was new. It was kind of weird. It was kind of different. It was in stores. It was neat. I actually
yeah.
reached out to her and I talked to her a little bit about, and she gave me some good advice. She gave me some numbers for how many copies it sold and stuff like that. And she was really, really helpful. And so, like, when I say, like, oh, the space is so crowded now,
Hmm.
I mean, I think it is, but also, like, I recognize that I'm part of that crowd.
Yeah.
I didn't build it.
What
I
was,
came.
do you remember what the first like video game universe you adapted into a cookbook was like?
I mean, yeah, the first one that we did was Earthbound.
Okay, the
We
first
made
one
it. We
was
made it.
Earthbound. Okay,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
on.
We made an Earthbound inspired cookbook, and that was really cute. It was really fun. It was very hard. It was
Yeah.
very stressful because I had never made a book before, and I ended up
Hmm.
making like a 200-page book, and I'm just like, it's hard, but also like at the same time, it's one of those things where it's just like you feel like you have to know some sort of like special alchemy to figure out what you're doing. Um, but the truth of the matter is that people have been publishing books for a really, really, really long time.
Yeah.
A really long time. Gutenberg Press was 1492. Maybe that was Ocean's Blue with Columbus. Maybe messed that one up. But Gutenberg was around that same time, anyways.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, there's illuminated manuscripts. There's ancient terracotta, blah blah blah. There's the Sumerians, cuneiform. It goes back thousands of years, and so
Yeah.
it's one of those things where like it's actually I don't want to say it's like it's not hard to publish a book. It isn't. There isn't like a secret sauce. Like you don't need someone's permission to do it. You can just do it yourself. You don't even have to like I go a little extra. I get my ISBN numbers and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
you really don't have to there's nothing secret about making a book and publishing it and putting it out there in the world. And I encourage everybody, don't do what I do and don't start out with the first thing you ever do is like a 200-page book. That was a mistake. Don't do that.
Okay, maybe you start a
Um,
little humble,
but like,
yeah.
yeah, no, well, I think everybody really should just make a zine. Get some of your friends together, get your little group
I
together.
think that's
If you're part
awesome.
of a,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, unironically, if you have like a couple friends that are really into grasshopper games, make like a freaking grasshopper zine. Like get some cool fan art. I know that there's a ton of like really talented artists in your community. Get some buddies together and just publish like a little cool thing. Because at the end of the day, one of the greatest feelings in the world is to just pick up something that you made.
Yeah, something that
And
you
it's just like,
produced, some
yeah, yeah.
art
And it's
you've
like, I
made.
did
Yeah.
this thing.
It's very
And
gratifying.
it is, and especially in the world of like everything's digital now. Oh, I hate to be like a Luddite, out there smashing, like the printing presses and
Hmm.
breaking down like the cotton gins or whatever, and being like technology bad. But like, in the ever increasing digital world, physical items that are lovingly crafted are becoming harder and harder to find. Um, I mean, I guess that's sort of getting into a bit of my philosophy and like why I'm so like, oh, this is neat. This is
No, we're
cool.
totally
It's
into that. I mean,
exactly what we were
there's
looking
an
for, believe it or not.
undeniable appeal
I
to
like
yeah, the
making
physicality
things.
of things and yeah, the
Mhm.
Yeah,
tactile
You know,
absolutely.
quality of it all.
as a cosplayer, I do understand the importance of creating things.
Incredible, incredible, beautiful. You know, that's
No,
truly an
but
art. You should get some cosplayers on there.
I 100% actually, believe it or not, feel the same way. I think that being able to make something that you really care about, even if it's like a fan work, something completely original, just like something you make for fun with your friends or by yourself, to share with people or to give someone as a gift is the greatest thing you can give or receive. So this actually resounds very much with what I personally believe. And this is me being authentic. This doesn't happen very often.
True.
Wow, it's
It's true.
beautiful.
You squeezed water out of a stone right now.
Mhm.
Oh,
Very
well, let's go
nice.
for blood.
um, before we move on from the cookbooks, I had quite a few questions. I actually like. So, how
Hit me
involved
up.
are you on like the development of recipes? Like, is that a team? I'm assuming it's a team, or I would
It is a
hope that
team.
it's not just like all undertaken by
No,
one.
oh no, gosh, no. It like, I'm over here talking about like my company, my blah blah blah, blah, but like I work with really, really talented people that I
Yeah,
am
I'm sure.
incredibly close with.
Great.
And yes, we butt heads,
Oh,
obviously, especially when we're all in the kitchen and somebody burns the jam
okay.
and then everybody has like knives and but like no, I work with really incredible people and I deserve probably I want to say 5% of the credit for
Oh,
everything that goes on.
humility. Hmm.
No, well, there's also a lot of freaking people, dude. It's
A
it's
lot of
it's a
parts.
big
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sort of at my core, I'm one of those people that's really big into community and bringing people together. And
Respect that.
it's really amazing to have the opportunity to meet people. And I'm definitely one of those people that goes out and just sort of like makes friends with random folks and stuff like that. And
I can
sometimes it
attest to
doesn't go
that.
anywhere. Yeah. Well, I mean, like sometimes it doesn't go anywhere. And you're just like, oh, that's cool. Or like other times you're like, man, that guy's freaking weird. Why is he
Why is he
dressed
just
like
like
Travis
Wario?
Touchdown? Why is he
Yeah.
like this? Is he
Yeah,
always
man.
like does he ever turn off or is it like is this a bit? I don't know. But
Yes.
it's not a bit. But I have a really amazing crew that I work with and
Okay.
we bring people in and out stuff like that. Some people show up one time, other times you work with somebody and then you're just like, oh man, I should never work with this person ever again. They're a nightmare.
Mm.
Okay, for
Anyone
I
you
sure.
want
hate
to call out right now?
no
Ruin any connections
no
permanently?
Absolutely. No, it's one of those things where like I have a great respect for everyone that I've ever worked with, and I'm genuinely grateful for what they did. But like it's a lot of it is just like we just don't get along sometimes. Like they're really great, they're really special, but I even feel a little bit bad because it's like maybe I wanted more out of it. Maybe I could have like tried harder. It's one of those things where it's like,
Hmm.
like I said, I'm into community. I'm into putting yourself out, putting myself out there into the world. And it's like, I probably could have tried harder. I could have been a better friend. I could have worked harder. And it's just like, it's that sort of personality culture clash type thing where it's like, I just, I don't think I should work with them again. And
Hmm.
it's a little sad. I
It's
mean,
interesting.
it's emotional, which is weird,
Yeah, I
but
could
this is
imagine.
yeah, especially because like you spend tens, hundreds of hours on a product.
Yeah.
So and it's fun, but it is emotional. And there's I don't want to say that there's failures, but there's times when you come up short and it hurts. It really does. And sometimes it's people, sometimes it's the product itself, sometimes it's circumstances that are out of your control entirely, but you just can't help but blame yourself. At least that's me, because
Oh,
I
I'm
make
sure
mistakes.
you're only human. We're all only human. We're all
So,
doing.
anyways, next question. So
Shockingly heartfelt.
I will take a moment to shout out Rose and Peter. I love you guys. I don't know if
Oh,
you'll ever listen to
Oh,
this.
the
Love you.
combination.
Rose, Peter, Tony, Patrick, of course, Patrick. Patrick's probably my right hand man.
nice.
Quincy, oh my gosh, Alyssa, Marco,
We love the
Eric,
team. Hell yeah, man.
Tony, the other
It's
Tony.
important. It's
There's
important to bring everybody up, you know?
the other Peter. There's like three Joshes. Anyways, yeah,
Tony 3.
there's no Tony 3. There's only Tony 1
Wow.
and Tony 2. They know exactly who they are. They know where they stand.
Perfect. Well, hopefully they hear this. Hopefully they catch the episode and feel the love.
Yeah, you're,
Um,
you're a real Earthbound
you
fan.
know.
I got the combination of the genuine emotion and the japery.
That's the most insulting thing you could ever say.
Hey, well, I'm a genuine Earthbound fan too, man. I have to live with it.
That is a slur, sir. That is a slur.
It's like being such a big fan of a game that I haven't even played. It's unbearable.
I feel like Hard Drive posts that article like every week. It's
It
just like
drives
Earthbound
big
fan really
interaction,
excited.
yeah.
Really
Every time it gets
excited to
posted, I
play.
get sent it by everyone I know.
Like, hey, is this you?
Yeah.
I wish I could like find the people who run Hard Drive. I don't know. Have you ever seen the Twitter
Actually,
account
our,
Hard Drive?
our last guest is one of the editors for Hard Drive.
There you go,
I
yeah.
need to hunt that person down and be like,
Yeah, if
what
you
is-
want to go in the Discord and at Kevin,
I
that's it.
I just want to ask him a couple questions about why he says the things that he says and why does he do these things? And why does everything feel like a personal attack?
Well, I'm being targeted here. Yeah.
As a targeted individual. Oh gosh. Oh man. So
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was your next
No,
question?
no,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, I got.
if you
Sorry,
if you want to take a question, Nick,
I was
yeah,
having too
I'll-
much fun on accident. I didn't. I
Yeah.
meant, this is, like I said, this is professional now. We have Zoom Pro. This is a very professional show.
Did you
That's
pay
right.
for that?
I did.
Did get the bullet, you know.
I did.
He's going full in, you know. Now we're
Oh
serious.
gosh.
Oh.
Now we're getting-
Professional.
I
Nice, so-
suppose, yeah, go for it, Nick.
Yeah, so I've noticed you're a bit of a globe-trotting gamer. You've been to quite a few places. I remember you said the other day you were in Amsterdam, correct? You right before the Pikachu
I
Van
was-
Gogh exhibit.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Oh
in
yeah, we saw the
Amsterdam.
pictures.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
we met obviously at PAX. We obviously became close personal friends instantly.
It's
We
true.
talked and
That's where
talked. I said,
shared
"What are
it
you up to?
first.
What do you do? What are you doing after this?" And you said, "Get out of here, man. There's other stuff to do." And I was like,
That's where we shared our first kiss. It was beautiful.
Mhm.
Underneath
Mhm.
the
Underneath the
stars
Space Needle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
underneath the Space Needle and underneath all the drug addiction in Seattle.
Yeah,
Beneath the neon lights.
Did I tell you I had a knife pulled on me in Seattle? Did I tell you that?
At the
during
convention?
PAX?
At PAX. Did I
Oh,
tell you that? I guess I didn't tell you that.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I guess I get around a good amount. Part of me is just like I don't get around enough, but other parts of me is just like, oh man, you
Is
should
it-
go home. You should work. You need
Is it
more
mostly
money.
for work or
Yeah,
are you
that's the
traveling,
main
like-
question. Is it like it was at PAX, helping out independent
No.
developers for
No,
fun
no.
mostly?
No, PAX was the first time that anyone's ever like paid for my flight to do anything ever, which is crazy.
Yeah, they should do it more often, I say.
Sure, whatever. I'm genuinely grateful for the opportunity to go to PAX. I hadn't been to Seattle since last time I was there for a funeral, so it was bittersweet going back. But no, I don't work. I don't travel for work. I'm not rich. I'm a high class,
Fair
high
enough.
gluten.
Yeah.
No, I just I don't know. I feel like I work pretty hard and I save up my money and I take the opportunities I can. I was in Amsterdam because my wife was actually there for a work trip, and so I was like, well, I'll just tag along. So it was pretty cheap because I could stay in her hotel room while we were there and stuff like that. So it was actually really nice. But yeah, no, I was in Amsterdam and I actually went to the Van Gogh Museum the week before the Pokemon, the Pikachu with the gray felt hat.
Right.
I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, I was there,
Throw
and
it up
so
on
like
screen,
because I was there, and then to see because I saw it, and it was just like a quiet little museum that had a bunch of Van Gogh art, right? Obviously, and to see it now, to see it when all that dropped with the Pokemon card, and see people like just throngs of people, and I'm just like, that is a big space. There's enough room to like stretch out and like not touch anybody. And so to have people crawling over each other was just crazy. Because like I was just there and I saw it. And so when I go back and I see those videos and stuff, I'm just like, that's insane. That's genuinely crazy that people were like that. That's just unbelievable. But yes, I do travel a good amount. It's not like I'm not rich.
Okay. I was thinking like
No.
Neither are we.
Meeting up with Starbreeze to make a payday
Oh.
cookbook, perhaps.
No, gosh, no. So we've made two licensed cooking things ever. One, which is my favorite thing in the world, but no one will ever buy, is an official Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh my
cookbook,
God, I
We were
wanted to
actually
talk to you
just
about
talking
this.
about that.
which
'Cause-
is
Yes, please. I fucking love
this is the coolest thing
Ah,
in the world.
Yeah, I was on the website this morning and I saw like the page. No way.
Yeah. No, and this is an officially licensed product and everything.
Mhm.
And I like this is like I put so much freaking just of my heart into it because
I appreciate it as
I
a
grew
big
I grew up,
fan.
yeah. Yeah. I grew up in the 90s and stuff like that. And so like this was and so I tried really hard to capture a lot of that just like
Nice.
energy.
All right,
And
quick question before we jump into the
Yes.
book. Do you prefer the like
Sega or
the
Nintendo?
the top down version or when it was like side scrolling, Because there were two games on the Genesis.
Yes, there were two
Right.
games. So
Uh,
honestly, I
'cause
don't want to
I
say
have
like that.
fondness for both, but I'd love to hear
Yeah.
your perspective.
So here's my perspective. I didn't play it as a kid.
Okay, I mean fair. Fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So but I played all the Toe Jam and Earl games except for the weird Xbox one so far.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
the
I kind of
3D
want to
one. I want to hunt
yeah.
that down and try
I
it.
kind of want to hunt that down.
Such
So
an
there's
anomaly.
actually a leaked prototype of that for the Dreamcast.
That's even like more my speed. Oh my God.
And the
Gotta look it
final
up.
boss for that one in the leaked prototype for the Dreamcast is actually it's the anti-funk, but in the original version he was a Ku Klux Klan member,
Wow.
which is just really interesting. And I think I really want to shout out Greg Johnson, he's one of the co-creators of Toe Jam and Earl.
Nice.
He's a hip cool guy and he cares a lot about
Yeah.
like I don't know, he embraced a lot of just like hip hop culture and stuff like that, and I think he's awesome. And that's pretty hardcore to have
Yeah.
like the final boss like this is anti-funk. It's like
Yeah.
white
Yeah.
supremacy. I'm just like, holy crap, dude.
It's
And
a
this is
firm
like back in the
stance. Yeah.
day too. It's not, it's not like a recent thing. It was gonna be on the freaking Dreamcast. They ended up changing it in the final version when it came out on Xbox though.
It's so
But-
they could have just made it this little sleepy cap like an Earthbound. It'd been so easy.
Put a little pom pom on there. No one would ever suspect. Yeah, which is sort of like the strangest thing. If you go back and you look at Earthbound, you're like, man, this game is. I don't know what's going on with this, but yes. Anyways, I'm sorry. I feel like I got away from. So
No,
we're
I do
perfectly on
travel.
track.
It's not often for work. Every once in a while, I'll get an opportunity to. The other licensed cooking thing that we did was something with Sega, where we made puppet cooking videos for Super Monkey Ball.
You mentioned that was
It was
your
cute.
number one most like produced, well received like
Yeah,
production
people-
period.
Puppet cooking
People-
videos.
Yeah, have you ever played Super Monkey Ball?
So I know the characters, right? I can see them in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, I gone
Monkeys
baby.
and balls.
Yeah.
So
Doing a little
yeah,
swirly thing. Yeah.
we had an ii puppet that was made, and you just have to look it up. It's really cute.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
funny.
I'll put
It's
the video
adorable.
in.
Yeah. Yeah.
post
I'll
here.
post
Look
the
at
link.
You could, if you edit this, throw in some some
I'll
clips.
edit it. Don't worry about that.
Absolutely. Try and cut out all the swears. We've been
Yeah.
swearing a lot. Sorry about that, guys.
No,
Put
it's
all the
So-
dams and hex.
Oh, yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah. I'm sorry that I've ruined your Christian Minecraft server.
I
My
know.
bad.
Yeah. Like I can't send this episode to my mom anymore. Thanks
Oh
for ruining
no.
it for me.
She'd be like, "Oh,
she expects one every week.
Sam, we named you after one of the saints.
Oh,
You were
God.
such a good boy. What went wrong? What went so wrong with you?
What set you down this podcasting path? Yeah. That's my
Oh
mother.
gosh, why did you work in construction?
Question
Construction
about
yard. Now.
your Toe Jam and Earl cookbook. Do you have a favorite recipe
gosh.
from there, or a least
do.
favorite recipe? Because
I have a least favorite recipe. Yes, absolutely. I feel like I can pull up a least favorite recipe right now. So
okay.
maybe I don't know. There's a lot of recipes in this book.
Yeah. How
Yes.
long is the like the testing process? Like, do you just like try it a few times? Like, yeah, this is it.
Have you
This
ever
is
made
it, and then we-
anything and it was so profoundly revolting you just like had to spit it out and like think, what
Yes,
am I doing?
Absolutely. Let me see. I'm just like trying to find it so I can show you. And
Oh, yeah,
just
no
like,
worries.
oh, here it is.
Is it literally
This
toe
thing.
jam?
No.
What
So it's-
Chocolate-
chocolate
pickle?
It is. This is the most disgusting thing. So this is the deep cut from This is a deep cut from Toe Jam and Earl 2, Escape from no, is it Return of Funkatron or Escape from Funkatron?
Escape from
I'm
Planet
such a fake fan,
Funkotron, right?
No.
Something about Planet
Yes. Funkatron. I think it's
Funkatron. Return to Funkatron?
Whatever.
Let's look it
Are
up.
they from
It's
Funkotron or
Return
are
to
they,
They are
escaping
from-
Funkotron?
or is it Panic on Planet Funkatron? Am I dumb? I think I'm dumb.
Let's see. Let's see. This is why we need producer Chris back on here. Toe Jam and
well,
Earl and
that'll
Panic
be-
on Funkatron.
Panic on Funkatron. There it is.
We got
Yes.
we got
We
there.
were. I was close.
So this recipe is a deep cut from that
Okay.
game, because in that
Very
game you have
good.
to collect the collectibles are Lamont, who's the Funkapotamus.
Hmm.
He's like the Messiah-like character for the Toe Jam and Earl universe. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
But you have to collect his favorite things, and one of his favorite things is a chocolate covered pickle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is why there's a little tiny Lamont down here. So he's
Okay.
rocking out.
Oh
It's
wow!
adorable.
Yeah. My
Wow.
fiance would love that little creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is an original recipe by me. specifically,
Wonderful.
and it's disgusting. It's horrible. I really just have to encourage people not to make it. It's not very good. And I feel
Because-
really bad because when we released the cookbook, somebody, like one person, was just really hype. They were so hype about the chocolate pickle, and then they made it, and they were just like, "Oh, this is amazing, and I love this." And they like got really into it, and they took photos, and they were just like, I think they liked it. It's either that or they're just being really nice to us.
It might be
But it's
Stockholm
not
syndrome.
good.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's bad.
Were
It's
they,
They love Toe
pregnant
Jam and
woman,
Earl.
Perhaps were they?
Yeah.
It's gross. It's gross.
Well,
But,
on the other end, yeah. What's the
so this was one of my favorite recipes. It is a
Strawberry
strawberry
ric-
ricotta pizza, which
Yeah.
sounds weird, but you have this sort of. So everything in this book, by the way, it's vegetarian or it has no red meat.
right
Which
on?
was
Yeah.
it's one of the things when we were working with the creator Greg, co-creator Greg, he was like, he doesn't want to put red meat in it. I was like, all right, I'll respect, because like
Respect it, yeah.
I'm a firm believer in within limitations you have an opportunity for creativity. That's why the original iteration of Twitter worked, in my opinion. But so we ended up making up some like weird, interesting things, and this is one of the. So this recipe is by the main chef behind this book. His name was June Kirsch. She's incredible. June she is awesome. She's a professional. She's far more professional than me, which is interesting when you work with somebody who's like better than you, and then you just like come up with dumb ideas, and they're just like, oh, maybe we can try to work with that, and you're like, haha, thanks for like humoring
Thanks
me.
for humoring me.
Absolutely. But this is one of the best things in here. We have toe gummies, which are I love this photo.
That's the toe jam, like toe yokon.
No, we actually have tomato jam in here. So it is
What is
we have
tomato
recipe for-
jam?
Yes. We have tomato jam and Earl Grey cookies.
Yes.
Because I'm funny.
You got to incorporate it.
Absolutely.
Oh. Okay.
I'm also
Um,
like putting out fires because my editor is texting me. She's just like, these photos are too big, and it's just like, I'll fix it.
no worries. Do what you got to do.
Listen, I'm in the middle of something very, very dire here. I can't afford a moment of
Hey,
loss.
and then I'll tell her
I can't
that,
be
and then she'll
distracted at all.
she'll get on my case more. She's great. That's Rose. Rose is our editor, and she's the CFO of our company because she's responsible. But
We need those kinds of people.
oh my gosh, she's great. She's fantastic. She's also like an Olympic level like runner athlete. Her brother like just climbed Mount Everest. He was in the newspaper about it and stuff like that.
Wow. Casual.
It's like a weird
Casual.
smattering of just like people that work in the company. It's funny. Yeah. So and then our normal chef, Peter, he's studying to be a pilot, so he's always like in the plane. He wants to be a pilot, which is pretty crazy.
Okay, so you guys are like saving the world by day and then making video game cookbooks by night.
Hey,
kind of
whatever
thing.
helps you deal with the stress, and sometimes running a small company with like a negative profit margin does wonders for when you're stressed out about flight school.
Hey, well, don't
Apparently.
worry. This episode, your number's going to go up by the dozens, guaranteed.
Dude, so hyped to sell some more. One of the other things I guess I should mini plug here is that one of the things that we're doing a lot of nowadays is that we're making pins, like hard enamel pins.
Yes, we did want to talk about your current Kickstarter project.
I've even got a couple.
Oh gosh,
Mhm.
Anyways, going with your question. There's good recipes, there's bad recipes. How long it takes to do all the recipes and the taste testing, it depends. It really
Mhm.
depends.
Okay,
Sometimes like you just have that banana bread recipe that you got from your mom that's perfect, and we're like, we're using that. That's going in here.
that's
That
awesome.
is it.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
What was the biggest, most catastrophic, disgusting failure that made you want to vomit? Was it perhaps when you were working on the fly honey? Did you at any point incorporate actual
No,
flies?
no, no. Fly honey is amazing. Fly honey is genuinely amazing. And it's one of the recipes that we've kind of reused. We had the fly honey in the Earthbound cookbook, and then
Mm,
we have a fermented honey, a funky fermented honey recipe in the Toe
Oh,
Jam and Earl cookbook.
very
So
nice.
so apparently fermented honey with garlic is a very common thing, which
Oh,
is perplexing to me, but it's not bad. I
yeah,
think
no,
it's
I
delicious.
could see the appeal.
Yeah, we
on a
actually
piece
have
of
quite a
brie or
few
something.
fermented. Yeah, we have quite a few fermented recipes in the Toe Jam and Earl cookbook. We try to put some disclaimers on things where it's just like, you might not want to eat something that's rotten.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's one of the interesting things is that like when it comes to cooking is that people can undercook things, people can eat something that's bad for them. Allergies are always a problem,
Yeah, I'm sure.
always a major thing that we get a lot of text, not text, but like questions, emails, messages about.
Mm.
One of the most interesting things I ever had that I feel like I learned a lot about was we had one of our customers reach out to us and they were allergic to garlic, and I've never heard of that
That's
before.
That
painful.
is a vampire.
That is a vampire. Yes. And so we ended up going down this rabbit hole of like garlic replacements, and it was just really fascinating.
Yeah,
So
what is a suitable replacement for garlic? Just another
there
allium
is
or
no actually. It's one of the most it's a Chinese replacement. It's called fotita, also known as
we'll
hing
just
powder.
throw up an image of that right now. Just in
Absolutely.
post, yeah.
Yeah, but it is just like I just like we sort of just went into this just like rabbit hole. That's one
Hmm.
of the other things is with like all of our cookbooks and sometimes our Twitter posts that we usually go down weird rabbit holes. If you look at our cookbooks, usually in the front matter sections we have articles. We try to include a lot of
Yeah.
articles about just like interesting things. This one, the Toe Jam are all sort of going on that saving the world type thing. We have a whole section on composting, which I thought was
Oh,
really good.
wow.
Yeah. And then this is my favorite part. It's a little article about so have you ever seen that like, you would describe it as like 90s carpet pattern of like weird, like colorful bright shapes and
Yeah, yeah.
squiggles?
Bowling
Yeah,
alley
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Like pizza parlor, arcade,
Yeah,
carpet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that has a name. It's called Memphis Milano.
Memphis Milano.
Memphis
Okay.
Milano.
That's a
And it
good
was started
stage name.
Yeah, it
and it
sounds
was
like a
started
person.
No, it's because it was started in Milano, Italy, and it was started during a party of a bunch of designers, and they were playing they were playing Memphis by like John Denver or something on repeat. So and
And it
that's
came to them in a
unironically
vision. That's awesome.
yes, Johnny Rivers, Memphis, Tennessee.
I
Oh,
can't I can't
It's
say I
Memphis.
ever.
It's Memphis by Chuck Berry. That's the song that they were playing on repeat during there. And it started this whole art movement that ended up becoming Memphis Milano. And
Wow.
it's just interesting. And so it's like when it comes to what's the biggest train wreck of all when it came to cooking and stuff like that, it's like just finding out and dealing with some of the weird problems that pop up. It's, you can plan for everything, but you always get surprised with something that is just horrible and you have to deal with it. So
Yeah, I want to hear about
yeah.
that.
Oh man, when you burn something, oh gosh, or like you're making something and you run out of a certain ingredient and you're like, just screw it. We'll
So
figure it out.
when you're developing the recipes, are you like renting out a kitchen space or is this just at your house?
Oh
Like, are you
man,
just in
so
people's
we
kitchens?
do we do not have the budget to like rent anything out
Okay.
ever.
Okay,
Ever.
right on. So this is just home cooking, close
Yeah,
proximity, close quarters. I'm starting to paint like, a real
dude,
image in my head.
so one of the best things that we ever do that is like the most fun um is that we go to one of our crew has their parents have like a rental home. It's like a beach
Mhm.
house. And so
Oh.
we go there for like a week, and we just ruin it. We just
Yeah,
destroy
hell
the
yeah,
entire
yeah.
house.
Working it,
And
yeah.
absolutely. And it's like half like test cooking and half party. But it's like that nerdy kind of party where we all just sort of hang out and watch anime, you
Yeah, no,
know.
Mhm.
So
that sounds awesome.
The
la-
ideal.
Yeah.
last time we watched the Netflix Cowboy Bebop,
Hmm.
and
Oh.
Was
and
that?
Peter and I,
Yeah, what did you think of that?
Did you enjoy that?
oh dude, like Peter is like a Cowboy Bebop like mega stan.
Mm,
He has this whole thing. He's like, oh, I'm a hardcore cool pilot, and he like dresses like Spike Spiegel sometimes by accident. But I know that
by accident.
he's modeled his entire life
Oh, what? This
after
whole
that
thing?
character. Oh, it's like, don't mind me, I'm just a pilot, you know, and stuff like that. And
Awesome.
so like we watched Cowboy Bebop, and like by the end of it, he was
Did he
just
just like have a
catatonic.
seizure?
No, he just shut down. He just like couldn't deal with it. It was just too much.
I believe that,
He
yeah.
loved it so much. It was incredible and beautiful. Wow. That was just a wonderful adaptation, guys.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, the
but
testicle
but
eating scene really
gosh,
resonated.
no, we do not like this is not like a I don't know if you're familiar with like Bon Appetit or American Test Kitchen or
Yeah.
anything like that. But like no, we don't, dude. We do everything on a negative micro budget. This is why we're always like trying to do Kickstarters and sell products.
Mhm.
We have this much money.
But it's the
And it's not
passion that
Mm.
propels it. And we love that.
kind of, and
Precisely.
like yeah, and also it's part of it's just like, maybe one day we'll get that deal. We'll get like, we'll get we'll just get like the Mario
Yeah,
cookbook or
what's
something.
the dream license? Like if there's a game, a universe that like a cuisine you'd want to adapt, like do you have like a white whale or
Yeah, I mean,
or
honestly,
more
like
realistic ones, but
anything with Nintendo, that would just
okay,
be
Yeah.
because like, growing up, I love Nintendo. It would be super
sure,
cool.
yeah.
And throw me one of those crappy properties. Let me do the Ice
The
Climbers cookbook.
F-Zero cookbook.
Oh
The
yeah.
F-Zero.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
It's
So
Falcon
let me
Punch.
But
Spiky.
in the meantime, a lot of it is I'm kind of relegated to just doing cookbooks that are inspired by these properties, which is cool
Mhm.
because within that, we have a really good opportunity to do whatever the heck we want, which is great because,
Wait.
we've done some licensing stuff and you have to work with people. And we
Mhm.
find
I'm
out
sure.
that we're all very headstrong and have problems dealing with people. Which is why we're like, let's just do our own inspired stuff,
Mhm.
which is cool because we end up making this whole universe with all of our Zelda inspired stuff. There's like a
Yeah,
weird
I
through
saw
line.
the
Yeah,
the cookbook on the
there's
site.
there's like a weird through line of like a weird interesting story going on with that I don't think anybody is aware of. Like none of our customers are aware
Mhm.
that there's like a whole universe for this Legends cookbook. And there's like characters and there's reoccurring things.
Oh, that's
No one's ever
awesome.
noticed it.
The
It's cute.
lore.
There
Yeah.
is a lore and we're building it, and it's a really fun opportunity. And like it's one of those things where like maybe one day we can even just do like our own thing that's just completely removed. Like that's also kind of the dream. Like one dream is to do like the ultimate license project and get $1 billion, right? you know
Yeah.
you you make the XQC cookbook, right, or whatever. I don't
Oh,
care.
gross.
That's
I
how it
mean,
feels with
great.
licensing. It's like I don't need you guys, but like this is a really cool opportunity if you guys want to like
Yeah.
cook. It could be fun.
Yeah.
And I've never cooked before myself because I've made them come in and cook, but they have to watch me. So, but I'm sorry, I'm
No, so
sorry,
I was
XQC.
just
I'm sure you'll see that
thinking
one
about
day.
how much I like him.
Absolutely, I love gambling. Um, but the other sort of like white whale is like if we just do our own thing, like our own thing that isn't even like really inspired by anything. It's like this is our original idea, and it just goes places, and people, it doesn't even
Sure.
have to be a mega hit. If it could just be something really cool. We've had a few ideas like that, but it's like, you know, we just don't feel like we're ready for it.
Yeah.
So
Working
maybe one
towards
day.
it. Working towards it. Yeah.
Maybe. I
Always.
don't know.
First
I
step,
don't know if
Super
there's like a
Smash Brothers. Next step, fill in that niche, your own unique idea.
But I
we
mean,
almost did a Five Nights at Freddy's cookbook.
Oh, what the?
wow.
Why didn't you? I mean,
Yeah, Nick would have shit
that'd
his
be
pants.
cool, I
We
guess.
were we were in
That'd be all
contact with
right.
their licensing. We were talking to the licensing agent. We exchanged like 50 emails.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then
They
and
It
they
just
just
they
ducked
just
out at the
ghosted
end
you or
or what?
what?
They just said,
well, it fell through in the end because they had deals with other publishing companies and they couldn't work with other people. It was actually really upsetting. But
it is
like
upsetting.
I yeah. So I've had a lot of opportunities like that. Just like, it just didn't work out. And like, there's also I've got future opportunities, but I don't know where it'll take me. When it comes to like where we'll go, I have no idea. I have no idea. Like we have our little mini cute projects planned, but like when it comes to like big, like oh yeah, we're secretly working on the Pokemon
Right.
thing. Like no,
Fine,
we're
yeah.
like right now it's kind of like what you see is what you get. We're working on a reprint of the first Legends cookbook, which is great by the way. But like after that, it's just like a bunch of question marks on the whiteboard. We're like, what are we gonna do? There's like a bigger question mark around the money sign. It's like, what do we do about that? And it's like, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah. Pizza
So
Tower cookbook, perhaps. I hear that game's pretty hot.
unironically, I would like to. I maybe have. I've never spoken to him, but I've had friends that have spoken to him
It's
about it.
McPig, right?
McPig, and like I think that would be really cool. That would be a really fun thing. I don't know if it'll ever happen. So, but it would be neat. If anybody knows McPig, tell them to email me.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
I don't
Send
know.
me away.
Hit me up. It'd be
Yeah.
fun to talk.
Yeah, you write it, I make it. I tried my damnedest not to start a fire in the kitchen, but it's probably gonna happen.
I'm just going to ruin it. I'm going to ruin everything. So, anyways, next question. What's
Yeah.
up?
All right. So yeah, that kind of covers the
Yeah.
that
I
one.
can,
Sorry.
we can move on from
I was-
the cookbooks if you'd like.
Well, I guess the biggest
There's,
thing
there's more to me than cookbooks.
as
I
a
have more to
person-
offer than a fucking cookbook. Yeah.
that is the next question. So going past, cooking, creating, what games do you think really impacted you? What games made you the man that you are today? Speaking to us.
Oh.
Donkey Kong Country,
Which one?
fantastic game. All three.
Okay.
I'm
Don't you
I'm
mean
unironically no. Um no, I love Donkey Kong Country. Probably one of my favorite games. And Paper Mario was also
Mhm.
really great
Mm.
game that I go back to over and over again. Played a lot of Ocarina of Time too, if that isn't extremely obvious. But a lot of it was just kind of like Nintendo. I grew up with a Super Nintendo. My father got me a Super Nintendo when I learned my ABCs. But
Nice.
I feel like that was actually just a cover for him to get a Super Nintendo with me and play it because he grew up when
Also
he was a
nice.
kid.
That's great.
When he was younger, he always played Donkey Kong at the arcade machines.
Mhm.
So I found that out from my mom later on that he was really into Donkey Kong. When they
Love
were like
that,
dating
yeah.
and stuff. And so we got Donkey Kong Country, which is just so funny. But for me, it was that sort of sweet spot of Super Nintendo and N64 and maybe early GameCube, where I felt like there was a lot of just like I felt like Nintendo in particular was doing a lot of just weird things. They were trying to pull out some sort of like magic from the world. I think constantly about like Space World, if you're familiar
Yeah,
about
yeah,
like
yeah.
space. Yeah.
2001, right? The GameCube tech demo.
Well, there was a
drama, yeah.
99, there was a 2000, there was a 2001. Yeah. There may be even a 2002, but like it was just like they had this like weird tech demos, right? For like, just like games that never came out. Like the
Yeah.
64 DD was there, it was featured a
Mhm.
lot. And it was just like it felt like that, yeah, like Space World. It felt like weird future technology, just sort
Yeah.
of like that retro futurist Y2K aesthetic.
Yeah.
And
I
that
feel like people's
yeah.
entire careers are just based around the little scraps of knowledge we have from those conventions. Just like
Absolutely.
little videos. Like you could probably find a 2 hour long video essay on the Zelda that never was on
Yeah,
that
the
little
Zelda
clip
never
of
was,
yeah.
the Ocarina of Time rendered Link and fighting Ganon for
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Mhm.
That was a great one. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. And Earthbound 64, Mother 64,
Oh, don't remind me.
that's a whole thing. But like, yeah, that whole sort of like, and honestly, kind of like, I never had a GameCube, but I'm sorry, no, I did have a GameCube. I meant Dreamcast. I never had a Dreamcast, but the Dreamcast also did sort of capture my attention and a lot of my heart too, which is
Yeah,
like
man.
interesting now that I'm older and like I've had an opportunity to work with Sega on some projects, and it's like this is neat, this is kind of cool. But
Yeah.
also at the same time, I was also like, man, I wish this was Nintendo. Don't tell Sega that.
Don't
That'd
tell
be sad.
Sega.
Don't tell Sega.
Oh man. I wish the Dreamcast lived longer than like the year or two that it was around.
That was
Yeah,
sad.
it was just weird. It was cool. Like I like the VMU. I like the sort
Yeah.
of unique ideas that were there.
Mhm.
And And I feel like now, especially in the indie market, there's a good opportunity for people are kind of over playing, the next 8-bit game. People are kind of over playing
Hmm.
the next crappy, I don't want to say they're crappy. They're not. They're wonderful, beautiful works of art. But like,
It could
I've
be
played
low effort.
at this point, I feel like I've bought Shovel Knight 4 times. I think I'm ready for something else. I'll
Yeah.
say that much.
Yeah. No, certainly. That's definitely something we've noticed with like the indie scene is the
It's
shift
true.
in
It's gravitating
focus of
more
aesthetics.
towards
Yeah.
like PlayStation 1 and 64, I'm noticing. Very, very much trying to capture that aesthetic, that kind of
Early low
ethereal
poly.
look,
Yeah.
that scariness of the black screen behind falling into a bottomless pit where your guy screams in a disgusting bit crushed agonizing yowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
It's
feel like
good.
you've been traumatized.
I would say that it's only helped me. It's really shaped me, made me become the man I am today. But yeah, I'm
I think
terrified of pitch black screens because of the PlayStation and the N64.
that explains a lot.
The pitch black screens? Well, can't deny it.
No, just that you're traumatized.
Oh,
That's
who
really
isn't? Come on,
Aren't we
man.
all? Yeah, truly.
You point at someone, you tell me that guy's not traumatized.
have you guys ever thought about maybe talking to somebody about these sort of
Yeah,
things?
I'm
Of
talking
course,
to you
yeah.
right now.
So like your plan is to like get famous doing podcasting and then address like your mental health
Then
needs,
I
right?
can afford therapy after the
Mhm.
podcast has made me rich.
Then I'll
Hey,
have
that's some
time when I can
smart thinking.
hire an
Yeah.
editor. Right now, I'm so busy with the editing.
I can't go to
Jeez.
therapy and record the podcast and
But
edit it.
then I just feel bad because I'm just like droning on and on. What if I made this
Well,
like
this is
podcast like
actually
super fast and super snappy?
this is actually
So
perfect. This is exactly what I wanted.
Mhm.
So do not worry about that.
Yeah, totally.
I'm
I
just
love.
saying you guys need to pivot your content into selling, like some sort of like weird holistic health medicine or shakes through like an MLM pyramid
Of
scheme. I feel like that'd be
Herbalife,
really,
Mm.
yeah.
this is a really, really great opportunity for you guys to get in on the ground level. You guys want
I
to make
see.
something with your
I
life? You
see.
could be your own boss by working underneath
Pyramid
me.
scheme.
And it's not a pyramid, it's this funnel.
It's an inverted funnel.
Gosh, I have a buddy. This is a tangent, but I'll tell you the
We'll
story
go,
because it's
yeah.
just like it's timeless. I have a buddy who got sucked into the pyramid scheme trap. I don't know if you guys have ever had any family members or know anybody
Mhm.
that ever just like got really into like selling you like weird pills or like whatever or
Skincare,
shakes. Skincare is
yeah.
a big one, crypto, etc. But I have a buddy. His MLM that he got sucked into was about selling insurance. It's about selling life insurance
Mm.
to people. And I have remained friends with him for like 8 years at this point, and he's been like super into it. And he calls me every once in a while, but I refuse to ever let him get into the grift with me every
Mhm.
single time. I refuse to. And because I know where it's going. It's like he's trying to sell me something that I just really don't need. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, no. And so like I end up just talking to him and I talk about like my life and my family and what's going on. And and I just talk and we just talk for a really long time. And eventually he gives up the grift. And then he just the parts of him that I really loved, the parts of him that the reason why I hold on to him bubble up to the surface. Just like literally like just wearing him down after like half an hour talking about just like forcing it. And then next thing you know, we're talking about just like interesting articles that he read recently or something cool about science that he saw or like an interesting YouTube video that was just like really neat. And like he's very analytical, he's a really smart guy, and he's like talking about these things. And it's just like and I just like, I hope and I pray that like one day he snaps out of it and it just goes back to being that. And I'm
Mhm.
sorry, this is like the biggest tangent in the world, but it's like it's if somebody out there, if you guys know somebody that's trapped in an MLM cult, they're still there. They're just way under the surface, and sometimes you just gotta get through it. And so like it's it's sad, but it's really comforting to know that he's still there underneath all that.
Yeah.
To
So,
Yeah.
be clear,
anyways,
you do or do not want us to become scamming grifters. I'm not.
I'm just saying, bottom line is the bottom line. This is a good opportunity to, get in the black.
Mhm.
So, it's like this, right? It's just
Right.
like the money
Okay.
goes in to you, and then you
Yeah.
get three people underneath you, and they get three people, and that's like I can't do math, but it's more.
Yeah.
So,
The
this
more
is a great
you
opportunity.
hustle, the more you get.
You better be on Facebook every single
Every
day, posting
day.
your daily affirmations and telling people that you love LuLaRoe.
You better crack open that yearbook and you better message all of them.
All of them. Jeez. Even that guy that you made fun of a lot to his face.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's gonna have great memories. He's really gonna want to buy what you're selling.
Absolutely, especially if it's Spanx.
Yeah.
I love Spanx.
Is there a Spanx MLM?
I'm sure there is. If not,
It's all you
this
need.
is a great opportunity.
Say, if anyone has a contact who has a crate of Spanx that fell off a truck, our business email should be listed below. Anyways, right. So
Jeez.
favorite games and why? So PlayStation, Super Nintendo era. Glad that we're in agreement there that was kind of the pinnacle of gaming. That was the pinnacle of
true.
Zelda as well, I would say, with Majora's Mask.
Wow.
Personally,
I do love me some Majimbo's Mask.
I feel like he's gonna pull out Majora's Mask right now.
You put it on. You're like,
No, it's our cookbook inspired
Oh,
by
hey.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah, the
So,
Legends.
this is your good opportunity to purchase something that's just going to be amazing. Fantastic. I had an incredible opportunity to meet Billy May's son. That was
Wow.
The pitch
He's a
man?
character.
Yeah, the pitchman.
Yeah, crazy guy, cool dude. I should get back in contact with him. I should call him. Anyways, this is a great cookbook. It's on the shop. You know where to get it. Blah 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 blah. I'm not going to wrap
Yeah.
myself too hard because
Wonderful shade of purple.
It
Love
is. I
It's
love
like
it. It's
the
so
colors.
pretty.
Yeah,
And look at this freaking art. Isn't it beautiful?
It is
very
exactly
reminiscent.
like that
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like looking over the.
Wow,
thing
it's
I
great.
made. I'm like,
For
oh,
our
this is cool.
I don't know if
listeners-
you know this, but this is actually why we brought you on here was to talk about these things.
Yeah. For
Let
our
me just
listeners, it
ignore
looks
you for
great.
a while.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite recipes, the moon tears.
Oh wow.
These are incredible.
Like
Are
a
they
rock candy or something?
gelatinous or is it hot, cold, room temperature? Is it?
No, so this is very interesting, weird dish. It is made out of something called agar. If you're familiar
Okay.
with what that is.
It's kind of like
So
gelatin,
just like
from what I
it is like a
understand.
gelatin. It's a gelatin that's extracted from specifically algae,
Yeah.
which is weird. And so what that is you have agar, and then you make it, and it's sort of like wiggly. It's like Jello. It's used a lot in test tube cultures, but you can also eat it, which is why it's great for test tube cultures because anything will eat it and live. But the coolest thing about that recipe is that it's made with a specific colorant. That there's a secret recipe step that we put in like these weird runes at the very bottom of the page, and that has a secret ingredient to add that causes those moon tears that are red to change color. No, sorry, they're blue normally, but it causes them when you add that ingredient to change color and become red. And
That's
it also
awesome.
changes the entire color profile too, where you go from something that's sweet to something that's sour when you add that
Ooh.
ingredient.
Way better.
So yeah, and it changes color too. It's the craziest thing in the world. And I'm just like, I'm so in love with that recipe. I don't think anyone's made it. Literally no one has commented that they've made that recipe yet. But like,
Yes.
please do make it and then
Yeah.
do the secret step to get it to
Yeah.
change, because it's such a neat Easter egg. Like we put so much of that kind of garbage in our books, and like
You know
nobody
what?
cares.
Let me
Nobody
take your
ever
advice. Drones, listeners, buy me the cookbook. I'll make it. I promise. It'll work. They'll do it.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. But that's awesome. Very cool.
I don't know. I think it's cool. We're just
think so.
weird. We just also this key art.
Certainly.
This cover art
It
is just
certainly is
beautiful.
super cool.
Yeah, is that a cafe on the front? Who is that?
No, technically, this is in
This
in
is
the
one of
lore
the
of our
original
cookbooks.
characters.
Right.
It is an original character. It's
There you
actually
go.
a stand-in for Peter, our head chef, which is really funny. This is him. This is
Aw.
Mr. I'm not Spike Spiegel.
Shout out to Peter.
Hi, Peter. I love you. He doesn't have the patience to watch this.
We'll
Yeah,
clip
maybe
all the
I'll-
shout outs
yeah.
into a YouTube short. That's
No,
how
I'll
the
make it
people
into a
like
nice
it.
TikTok for
Yeah,
him.
they digest
Oh,
content.
And I'll put the Subway Surfers on the bottom and maybe the Family Guy up top.
Oh no, you got to get the person like shaving the soap block with a razor.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
seen those?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
I've
the
seen it
most
all.
like
The guy
I don't know,
torturing
it's-
mosquito larvae with menthol oil.
yeah. I don't know that one. I don't think
No,
that's
it's-
very.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
no.
made that. I've never seen that one either.
Is it the same as like chopping honeycomb? I would assume.
I don't know, man. It's all bad. It's all terrible. Gosh.
Um, so video
Anyways,
games.
video
I
video
actually
games.
am curious. So we've talked about your history, with gaming. Do you find a lot of like time to game these days, or like with yeah, I can imagine. You sound like a very busy kind of person. So I was gonna ask if there's
Yep.
anything from 2023 that like you've played that has stuck out to you.
Tears of the Kingdom, I guess.
Okay. So at least
Obviously.
one. At least
That's
one,
my
yeah.
reaction to Tears of the Kingdom as well. Yeah.
Like I got it, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool!" And then it just kept going, and then at a certain point, it's like, "I just need to beat
Yeah.
this." Like, I just need to just like move
Hmm.
along and
So you
get to the
felt
point
some
where I can just,
fatigue there, huh?
Exactly.
dude,
Zelda.
it's a lot of the exact same, and I'm just, and like at a certain point, like a lot of Tears of the Kingdom just kind of falls flat. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but
What
it's
a
just like,
brave thing to say,
Yeah,
you
finally
know?
someone
Yeah,
said.
finally someone's saying,
Finally, someone's brave enough. See what he's
well,
really thinking.
unironically, we put out on Twitter, it's just like say something bad about this game, and it's like Tears of the Kingdom, and we had a
yeah,
lot
a
of
lot of
people.
things.
A lot of death
We had a
threats.
lot. Well, no, actually, everybody seemed to have something to complain about Tears of the Kingdom. There were a few
Oh,
people that were like, "It's
You
perfect," but
provided that space.
a lot of people were just like, nothing's really explained. Like it just sort of like happens. Like, is this like a weird alternate timeline? Like, what happened to all the Sheikah technology? And that new explanation
Mm.
came out, or it was like, lol, they just disappeared because Ganon was beaten. Sort of, maybe. Don't worry about it. Lamau. And it's just like, oh,
I do remember
neat.
seeing that headline
Yeah.
a few days ago.
And it's just like it was lacking. It was like kind of cool. There's some cool things in there, but like, man, was it lacking.
Yeah, you think a little too late, perhaps? Um,
I just feel like they just really wanted to do weird like ultra hand things,
yeah.
and like they did it.
mhm.
Yes.
Congratulations, guys,
I
we
don't know
did
if
it.
I don't know.
you've seen this, but someone took a Korok and crucified him. Very, very wild stuff.
Oh yeah, it'd be horrible if somebody made a pin about that and sold it on their store. Yeah, available at JobJobLLC.com right now. JobJobLLC.com. Buy our stuff today. Yeah.
Go.
Sorry.
I don't know. Necessary plugs. Nick, do you have any more questions regarding
Me?
yeah.
Not really. I mean, I wanted to know, what is JobJob? We covered that. What are you? What do you do? We've covered
Mhm.
that. What's the globetrotting
Take some
adventure like?
inventory.
We've done it. Outstanding memories, I think, kind of falls into everything, unless you have something that's, your favorite memory of your
I had one
time.
thing. I had
By
one
all
thing I
means.
wanted to say,
There we go.
which was it reminded me about the globetrotting thing because like I take a lot of pictures. I like taking pictures. It's I don't know. Like I do a lot of our food photography in the cookbooks, and I also just do it for fun. Um, and so one time, and like I'll post my pictures when I go on trips and stuff like that, and like servers or whatever. And I had somebody one time I posted some pictures, and someone was just like, "Why are you just posting? Why are you just posting stock photos?" I was like,
Huh.
"What?" And it's just like, "Yeah, are these just like stock photos or something?" It's like, "No, I just took them on my trip." And he's like, "Oh, well, I mean, they look really good, but they look like stock photos." And I'm
What
like, "Is
an
that good or
insulting
bad?"
compliment.
Yeah.
I know. It's just like, I mean, I'm glad that you think that these are good enough to be stock photos, but
Yeah.
I just
There
took them on
you've
my
really
trip.
captured the soullessness of stock photos with
Yeah.
this
I
picture.
know. And I was just
Oh,
like, what
thank
am I
you.
doing?
Yeah, come on, man.
So,
There's not even a Getty Images logo on this. Use
Yeah,
your
there's no
brain.
watermark. Yeah.
well, as a joke, sometimes I just slap them on there because it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have I ever sent? Oh gosh, I accidentally joined
Oh,
the
yeah,
general.
I saw that.
Joined the general voice channel on your server. My bad.
Uh,
So, anyways, I was gonna ask, did I ever post any of my photos in your chat at all?
I don't think so.
I believe some from the Amsterdam trip.
Oh, well,
I recall like a
there's the
bridge and some
Pikachu,
bicycles or something.
but you can.
I'm in your server. It's funny. Anyways,
It's so quaint, your server. So comical to me.
All these little people interacting together. It
Yes.
just makes me chuckle.
There's
Well,
a DDD Pizza Run. What's his problem? He seems like a real freakazoid type. Yes.
well, if you see what I posted, it'll hopefully it'll make you chuckle because it's making me laugh.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't even know what the context of that was.
I don't know either, but it's funny. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm sorry I ruined your show.
Yeah,
It's just funny.
That's all good. Oh,
This might be
Jesus.
a top one episode. Yeah. I don't remember.
I'm
I don't
not
know
a professional.
why that was there.
I know, it just
Whoa,
appeared
what the
one
hell?
night.
I bought Zoom Pro for this. What do you mean you're not a professional? In the name it says.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
No,
Yeah.
no, don't be. There's nothing to apologize for. It has
Post-
been a pleasure.
I'll post some of my stock photos, and you can just intersperse them between when you
As we-
spend.
Yeah, just toss them in.
12
See how
hours
it's
Yeah,
editing
as we're
them.
talking about this, yeah.
Why not?
It'll be fun. Anyways, yeah. Well, thank you. I don't know. Is it over? Is this?
No,
is
no,
this
we
the-
we
the
still,
we
we
wind
still got
down?
more.
Those
We
are all
still
of
got
our
more.
questions, but
Yeah,
we actually
yeah.
have a lot of questions for you
Mhm.
from our beloved viewers who are real. They exist.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally
So we
real.
can
You
start.
have the time.
Yeah, if you do, yeah, because
No,
you
it's
know.
cool. It's not like I, have a life or family,
We could tell.
job.
Yeah, get him on the show. Get him on the show. Just bring him in here.
Yeah.
I hate this so much. Anyways, please
Let's see.
throw some viewer questions my way.
Absolutely.
Where do we start? Where do we
We
start?
start with well, there's a lot of joke ones, but
There's a lot of joke ones,
you
right?
seem like you can roll with the punches, kind of like a yes and improv kind of thing. I'm sure this will go over great.
Gosh, yes, and no,
from our-
gosh, how do you even know about that? Did you ever take
I told
improv
you.
classes?
No, I'm a cosplayer. That means I'm Canadian.
Oh,
Gosh,
One and the same.
it all
and.
it all maths.
We need to do a
Producer-
stand-up set.
That's actually one of our potential punishments when we start up the season 2, but that's spoiler territory for all those who are
Yeah.
looking
For your
to-
dedicated fan base.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Question 1: Broly, can he be defeated
I'm pretty sure he gets beaten like all the time.
by children? Yeah.
Yeah, in the show. I think that's pretty well established. Even as
Wow.
like alternate universe versions get beaten up a lot. So yeah. Gotta go with yes.
Definitive. I like it. We can move right on from that.
Right.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
kind of
Jesus.
aligning around here.
Yeah.
Sam, you want to read the next one?
Yeah, from DDD Pizza on. Will Sam add me as a friend on Discord? Yeah, I will. I
You
will.
don't have to.
If you have the balls to send me an invite, Donald.
You
That's
won't.
all I gotta say. Yeah, take it away.
From Goon Lagoon. What is your Game of the Year 2023 nomination? Your 2024 prediction? What are you looking forward to? What do you order at a fast food place? What's the best DDR song? And finally, the best Family Guy moment.
There's a lot of questions.
It was a lot.
I
It was
don't
rapid
remember.
fire.
Okay, well,
Okay.
number 1, Game of the Year 2023.
Nominations? Probably Tears of the Kingdom that's on there. I
I
have
love it.
literally
We
no
shit on it,
idea.
and then it's like, but it's also game of the year.
Yeah, because it's just like something. I don't even know what other games came
No,
out
that's
this
fair.
year. It's been so
I-
busy. Do you know?
A little
What
indie
games have come out
darling
this
called
year?
Resident Evil 4 Remake, I believe.
No. No.
Are you an RPG fan? Baldur's Gate 3 has
No.
been generating
No.
buzz. Okay.
I just-
Bomb Rush
I just-
Cyberpunk is a fun one. I will say
Yeah.
it reignited a love for video games for me.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate, that is a big one. Starfield.
I don't know about that. But I haven't played it,
Gosh.
so I can't say much. What else? Street Fighter 6,
Oh, yeah,
Nick's
Street
a
Fighter
big
6.
Street Fighter 6 fan.
I forgot the game existed. 4 was the best one in my opinion.
What the hell?
That is
I
so
completely
funny.
100%
Oh my
disagree.
god.
All right. You can disagree.
Anyways,
But yeah, wonderful.
2024 predictions. What are you looking forward to?
Gosh, honestly, I don't want to say like personal life things, but just like hoping that unironically, my 2024 hopes is that like the world just stops imploding every week. That would be really great.
Mm.
The recovery of the economy, maybe house mortgage, interest interest rates drop below the
Okay.
historic highs.
A
I
very
think it's at
adult
like
answer.
I think it's like 8% now or something. 7.96. It's the highest it's been since 1999, which is just like mind just numbing. Inflation rates are still off the charts despite them saying they aren't. Yeah, sorry. I just like a lot of real world changes of what I'm really looking forward to. It's one of those things where like when it comes to to like video games and stuff, a lot of it is escapism. It's distraction. You look back at like the 1920s during the Great Depression, and what you really had was like a golden era for escapism. You had the films. Films were huge. It was also like one of the few places where there would be like air conditioning. So, you know, it's one of those things where like when the world is terrible, people retreat. And so you
Mhm.
get a lot of like really cool, amazing things. But also right now, I feel like because entertainment is sort of tied into entertainment and escape are sort of tied into like the news nowadays. Because I literally, on Twitter, I don't even follow anybody I don't follow a single like political or news account, but
Mhm.
I am just critically aware of what is going on everywhere on the planet, and I'm just like, it's tiring. I'm just like, I
Inescapable.
want things to just chill. So that is my 2024 hopes. Is that things chill, maybe a cool game comes out. Thousand Year Door remake, looking into that. That
Ah,
sounds cool. I don't know if
All
that's
right.
later this year or next. Anyways, next question.
I think this year is the Super Mario RPG, and next year's Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that. I love Super Mario RPG. That was
Nice.
great.
your go-to fast food order is our
Mhm.
next one from you.
Oh man, dude, Chipotle.
Okay.
Chipotle 100%. Chipotle, I like a burrito with white rice, chicken, black beans, pico, corn, cheese, and a little bit of sour cream.
You
There you
didn't you
go.
didn't let the E. coli scare
Wow.
get you. You
No,
said, "Fuck
dude,
it.
I'll
If
be
I'm gonna
honest.
if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
I've
eat my
had
Quick
food
weight
Chipotle."
loss
poisoning from
solution for me.
Chipotle probably like 5 times at this point. I don't care.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
You
it's just so
survived.
tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. That and
All
like
right.
when I'm eating Chipotle, I can sort of convince myself that it's like a real thing that's edible. It's not like
Yeah.
weird
There's
emulsifiers and like
It's
sustenance. Yeah.
healthy. It's got the green stuff.
Mhm.
yeah, I can
This is a
identify a
bean and a
single
rice. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
I can identify a single vegetable in here. Unlike, when you go to Popeyes and you're like, what is this? Is this a French fry or is this chicken? And then you bite into it and you're like, oh, it's a biscuit.
That was
Crazy.
it's all
Nothing.
fried. I love it.
I love a nice hard brick of condensed sawdust. Anyways, best
Mm.
DDR song.
Never played DDR. I don't know.
Wait,
Moving
no.
on. Best Family Guy moments.
So there's like a Twitter trend going on right now that was like old Family Guy hits different
You
or
can be
something like
honest.
that.
If you didn't like Family Guy, if you don't like Family Guy, it's
No,
cool.
I
Don't
grew up
let the
watching
final
Family Guy.
family
Oh,
background
come on,
you know.
everyone. This will
Gosh,
no, don't even acknowledge
Don't
that.
I
let
don't
it
know. I still think about the Hinden Peter a lot. That's a good bit.
The
I like
Hinton
that.
Peter?
Yeah, you don't remember the Hinden Peter?
is it
Was
like the
The
that in
Hinden
Hindenburg?
Peoria?
Yeah, it's like the Hindenburg, but it's a Peter. You don't remember this? It's an
Not at
incredible
all.
episode.
See, well, you have it.
You're not the real
Definitive.
fans.
See,
I've seen
I
quite a
never claimed to
few.
be. I just said it's fine to not like Family Guy.
All right, I'll be
All right.
honest. I'm a bit more of an American Dad head, but don't go
Ew.
spreading that around.
Why?
It's funny
Who
when
hurt you?
he shoots the gun.
Funny when he shoots the gun. All right, I'm putting a note on your file.
From Human, we got it's all so simple. Why collect the cartridges? And this is also an excellent opportunity for you to plug your current Kickstarter project.
Well, now's a wonderful time to back Cartridge Collection Volume
Volume
2 on
2.
Kickstarter.
Yeah,
There you
link
go.
below.
Yeah.
The first volume was a bunch of Pokemon inspired pins. And hats. A lot of those are still on sale. They're still pretty good.
Right on.
But
yeah.
I'll be honest. The Cartridge Collection 2 was a great opportunity for me to employ my friend so that he could pay for dental work. So all the art that he did, he's getting paid obviously for it. He's the one
It's going to
who
a good
did.
cause.
Yeah, because he's got like messed up teeth and he doesn't have insurance and everything's a nightmare.
Yeah, I
So-
understand that.
So it's like we're just trying to raise like a good chunk of change so that he can just like have new molars or something and save his freaking life because it's such a nightmare.
Nice.
Fucking hell.
But yes, please back it today because it does actually go to a good cause. Specifically, my buddy's mouth.
Yeah, you should
So,
open with
Nick,
that.
Straight to the mouth.
I
Yeah.
know.
Mickey, if you ever see this, you're a good friend. I love you to death. Your art's great, and yeah, I hope that I can help you out, dude. So
Save his glass jaw, glass bones, paper skin, etc. If you do not contribute, he will die.
Oh,
raising the stakes.
yeah. You don't want to do that.
Hmm?
From Randar Lowe, you got Super Mario in real life, spaghetti, and that's it. You
I
know,
don't think those are questions.
yeah, I can't really respond to it, but
Uh,
I'd feel wrong to not include him.
there is
Yes, and
well, his real question is Wario very awesome?
yeah, I love Wario.
Okay, good. The follow-up was if you say no, you go to hell. So good.
Oh, okay.
You passed.
My buddy Zach, he runs the Daily Wario Doodles account. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah. He's doing the
Yeah,
creepy pasta Wario thing, all right?
Obviously, I have a big Wario head over here, you know.
I don't sound like that.
that's my buddy Zach, and he's a really nice boy. He's very very cool.
Yeah, I saw his
So
what is it, Wario smile dog drawing.
yeah, it's just like he does like weird things, and I hit him up every once in a while. The best thing that I asked him to draw for me recently was a picture of Pikachu as Vincent Van Gogh. So I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
not.
think you put that one up once or twice, but I can also, obviously
Yeah, we'll
flash
throw it
to
up
your
here for the viewers and
Oh,
listeners. You'll just
oh,
have to imagine.
so the joke here, I've been posting this a lot. Anytime
There it is.
anyone
That's
mentions
wonderful. That's wonderful.
anytime anyone mentions the whole Pokemon Van Gogh drama, because the long and the short of it is that this Pikachu smoking a pipe and he has a bandaged head. So this is a self-portrait. This is inspired by a self-portrait that Vincent Van Gogh did after he had a psychotic break, cut off his ear and gave it to a prostitute.
Iconic moment in
Mhm.
his life. Yes.
Yeah. And so it's meant to sort of represent that sort of like degradation of the psyche and the brokenness of man. When I post it oftentimes on Twitter, on X or whatever it's called, when
Formerly
people talk
Twitter.
about the Pikachu thing, because it's like, oh, it's that, but it's like he's ripped off, he's cut off his own ear and he's lost his mind. It's a real problem, and I think people should probably talk about it instead of just getting angry or something like that. But yeah, it's my way of commentating on the world around me because I'm a crazy person. So yeah, it's a good one. Good bit.
This
It is a very
Pikachu,
good one.
who's
I
very
gotta say,
cute.
very well produced. I will
It
say,
is. It is a great drawing.
like,
Zach is available for commission. Please hire him. He's great.
Yeah,
we'll
maybe.
keep
Yeah,
that in mind.
maybe it's time
Keep
to
that
get
in mind.
a bit
Yeah,
of a nicer icon or
commission some
thumbnail.
more, some more art.
Well,
Okay. Do you want to take the next question, Nick?
I think the final question is from Sheepover. Do you have any regrets?
I do regret, and it's a pretty funny one.
You cannot say
So
the show.
I had the opportunity. Yes, I had the opportunity to meet Charles Martinet,
Charles
Oh,
Martinet,
yeah.
former voice of
and
Mario.
I unironically asked him if he had any regrets, as opposed to like talking to him and asking him about like Wario or anything actually interesting, because I was trying to be a smart aleck. I mean, like what I was trying to get at is just like he's been kind of pigeonholed into like Mario,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Do you have any regrets of sort of like doing one thing and being known for that?" And he was just like, "No, dude, not at all. Like, look at this room. Everybody loves me. This is an incredible opportunity, and there's so many voice actors out there who never get an opportunity to do anything like this. So no, I don't have any regrets." And then I felt like an idiot. So yeah, that's my
Damn it, he
one
has no
regret.
regrets.
I probably would have asked him like a different question. I do regret that. Sorry, sheep
All
over.
right, all right.
My bad.
Now's your
behind the
opportunity,
curtain.
Charles. If you're listening to this, he's gonna ask you.
Charles,
What would
call
you
me.
ask him?
Personally,
I
I just
don't
asked
know.
him, "Can you sign his 3DS?" And he said, "By all means," and he did it. It was great.
That's an incredible story, and you tell it so well. It's like I was there. Thank you.
Thank you. Brevity is the soul of wit, as they say.
I don't know if they say that, but all right. I'll choose to
Somebody
believe you.
did.
Somebody did.
Somebody did.
Gosh. Was Sheepover one of the people that were with you at PAX
Yeah,
West?
she was. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, because I noticed because Sheepover had liked one of the pictures that you had like posted, and I was like, who
Mhm.
is this? And I was trying to figure out, I was like, oh, She's one of the people that were there.
Why would
So
someone
that's
ever
like,
like one
Why
of
would
this
anyone
guy's
like this guy's
pictures?
photo?
I don't know. Sometimes you get like a like, and you're like, who is this person? Why did they like this one picture of me with you dressed as Brulo that you posted online? And I was like, oh, it's because she was there.
No, it's just a stupid friend.
So
Um,
she's
Well, yeah, I think that's the final question. Any
Wonderful.
closing thoughts, Sam?
we
Job
have.
job.
I know. I mean, yeah. Hugh Man had a question about the RoboCop game, but I don't think it's really
Do
relevant.
you care?
Yeah.
I love RoboCop growing up as a
Oh,
kid.
well,
Oh.
go ahead.
Okay.
Recently
Are
I
you aware
rewatched.
of the video game that's coming out? So this could be like
I'm too busy. I'm too
the
busy for that. But I'll be honest, I loved RoboCop as a kid. I had like RoboCop toys, and then recently I went back and watched it. I'm like, why did I watch this as a kid?
as a
This is
child.
Yeah,
really,
the
It's
insane
yeah, it's just
extreme.
like
Yeah.
it's like really does like, huh. I watched a lot of Alien too.
Mhm.
Huh, weird. Maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't think about that too much.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. Our reality is veering closer to RoboCop. Is really all I gotta say
Jesus.
about that.
All of USA will be Neo Detroit very soon.
no, why would anyone want to ever be any sort of Detroit?
I don't want it. It's just
It's
gonna
not
happen.
something we want.
It's just
No,
happening.
certainly. It's just happening.
I saw the ED-44, whatever, walking down my street the other day. I was like, what the hell?
Gosh, it's delivering
Um,
pizzas.
Yeah, they got it tough
true,
too.
true, yeah. Well, yeah, with that, I think that is bringing our episode to a close. So thank you, Evan, so much for coming on today. It's truly been a pleasure.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I know we talked a lot about cooking and food, but we are a video games podcast.
Well, it's
Oh
all cooking
gosh.
gaming related
Yeah,
stuff,
no, it was
It's
actually
all very relevant.
yes.
And I
It's
enjoyed it. I
fine.
enjoyed the bit of philosophy. I enjoy the genuine heartfelt messages. I thought that it was a very good show,
Yeah,
personally.
thanks for getting candid with us because
I
sometimes when you're talking to strangers on the internet, it's like I don't really know where I'm
yeah.
gonna go with this.
Well, like I
but
said, we're not strangers. He and I
Well,
are
oh,
to
exactly,
close personal
exactly.
friends.
it's true. We're besties.
Mhm.
I mean, I did go back and I watched some of your older episodes, and I was like, oh, what am I getting myself into?
Oh
This is
God, I
gonna be just
specifically told you
like,
not to do that.
yeah. I was just like, I'm gonna get stuck between these two guys, and they're just gonna like meme at me the entire time, and it's gonna be dumb. What am I gonna do with my life?
Is that
My
what we
wife,
do?
my wife is like, "Oh, you've got an important thing tonight, honey," and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what I signed up
It's
for.
important to someone.
uh, I hope people have a good time. I hope people like this. And back to Kickstarter. It ends October 28th. It's cute. Trying to raise some money to help pay for my buddy so he can get a new molar. Honestly, because root canals are like $1,000 or something
Yeah,
stupid.
they certainly
Jeez.
are.
Yeah, it
Wow.
sucks. But yeah, no, thanks for the opportunity. I had a good time. I totally have like, you guys ever want to bring me back for any sort of reason? I would love to riff. We don't have to
We
talk about me and my
absolutely,
stupid
Wonderful.
projects.
No, I
We
absolutely
can
mean,
actually
will.
talk about like, I don't know, World of Warcraft or something. I've
You
never
have
played
no
World-
idea. You have no idea what you just signed yourself up for, pal. You are suckered in for life. We're gonna
Fantastic.
absolutely have you back on.
yeah.
Gosh, oh, I'm just gonna milk you for so much
Yeah,
clout.
give me that
Oh,
man.
yes.
Give me that. Get
Oh
over here.
gosh.
Yeah. Do you want to let viewers, listeners know where they can find you?
Yes, social links.
JobJob LLC on Twitter because calling it X is dumb.
Yes, it is.
We run like a plethora of Twitter accounts. The other one is Legends Cookbook, which is kind of our flagship brand, obviously. So,
Okay.
and then Funky Fresh, I don't know, I think it's Funky Fresh Cookbook is this one. And then,
Very exciting.
yeah, those are like the kind of three biggest ones. Horrible food meme posts go on the Toe Jammer Twitter. Zelda stuff goes on the Zelda Twitter, and then the JobJob account is just like whatever new stuff that we're up to, or just a random image that I thought was funny. One of
Perfect.
those two.
Yeah.
Oh, and if I can step in for you, aren't you also having your Halloween haunt events at the moment?
We are the Hyrule Haunt. I
That's
am really
right.
excited. One of the things that we like to do is give back to the community and do fun community events because, like, honestly, there's not enough of that, and I feel like too many people are doing like weird, like, follow me to join my Bitcoin ICO drop, whatever
Yes.
weird
Mhm.
things, and I'm just like,
Retweet this
no.
and maybe I'll give you an NFT.
I know, and it's just like so stupid. But no, we're doing like we have like three categories. One is spooky recipes, another one is art, spooky art, and the other one is scary stories.
Ooh.
And you can win like we have got like Nintendo eShop gift cards. We have got gift cards to the JobJob store so that you can buy your own cookbook.
Mhm.
And we have aprons. We make a ton of aprons. I love our aprons. But
All
but yeah,
creators, be sure to
and
enter.
you don't have to pay anything. You can just do it and just tweet at us or whatever, email us. I don't care. I had
Wonderful.
somebody email us. I've had one entry so far, and it was a guy who made like really beautiful shadow boxes, really nice. And he's like, check out these beautiful fall shadow boxes I made. I'm like, thank you for entering. This is actually like way better than what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So cool.
Setting
John,
the
if you're
bar
listening,
high.
Damn it.
Yeah.
John, if you're listening, so far you're in
So
first,
far,
buddy.
so good. Yeah. Right on.
No, you didn't have to go that hard, but all right. So, but yeah, thank you guys for having me on. It was a wonderful opportunity. It was good to talk and get to know you guys a
Yeah,
little
it was
bit more.
nice meeting you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't be a
Frankly.
stranger. Oh, thanks.
And yeah, you know, listeners, viewers, you know where you can find Nick and I. We say it every time.
And we're gonna say it again.
All right, you can find me at the Super Sammy Com on Twitter/X. Yeah, I sometimes have been hopping on stream with Nick even
It's
at
true. He's been
Twitch.
fulfilling his
yeah.
commitment as my co-host.
Jeez.
Yeah, you can find him at Somebody Stop Me. That's Nintendo style with 2 eyes.
That's right, 2 eyes, so you know that I'm a Nintendo adult. So you know
Yeah.
that I'm really, really cool and easygoing.
Jeez.
I
mean, that was great. I had a great time. Love you guys.
We've been Video Ditcher signing off.
All
See you next
right.
time.
See you then.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.